Hello, my name is Doug today, and I'm a recovering alcoholic. I'm here to read the Daily Reflections book for November 11th, 2023. It's called Self-Acceptance. We know that God lovingly watches over us. We know that when we turn to Him, all will be well with us here and hereafter. That's from the 12 Steps and 12 Traditions, page 105. That's this book here. It's a very old book. And here's the little story that comes with this. I pray for the willingness to remember that I am a child of God, a divine soul in human form, and that my most basic and urgent life task is to accept, know, love, and nurture myself. As I accept myself, I am accepting God's will. As I know and love myself, I am knowing and loving God. As I nurture myself, I am acting on God's guidance. I pray for the willingness to let go of my arrogant self-criticism and to praise God by humbly accepting and caring for myself. Period. The end of the reading. Right now, today, I've kind of got a bunch of things on my mind, so I don't think I have any more to say about this. Let me start here with what's on my mind. It's I'm having a problem getting the software together. I guess it's from the MixieLab Corporation. MixieLab video cutter and compressor tool from the Microsoft store. It used to be free. I'm having a problem logging into the store. I got Windows 10, I got Windows 11, I got Windows 7. I'm just so tired of software glitches and such. Don't get me started with Apple and iTunes. But anyways, that's so the thing is, if I just sit here and ramble for more than 8-9 minutes, it's going to take me it'll take, I don't know, anywhere from 45 minutes to several hours to get this posted to YouTube. But I guess if I don't get that done, you won't ever know that. So let's go over this again. Self-acceptance. It sounds like this could be pretty people could take this in the wrong way. As I accept myself, I am accepting God's will. As I know and love myself, I am knowing and loving God. I don't think this person is comparing himself to God, or like as good as God, or another God, or better than God, or bigger than God, or something, or even like a God. Just as I accept myself, I am accepting God's will. The way I look at that is that I know through my alcoholism, and I've been sober 16 years now, 17 almost, is my will used to get me in a whole lot more trouble than it does in these past 15, 16 years. And I think that's because my will was completely self-centered. A big reason for me doing anything in life used to be, what's in it for me, without any thought normally in how it might benefit you. Now that's 180 degrees around. For the most part, on the very good days, and on the good days, I'm looking out on how whatever I do won't harm you, number one. That's on like every day, usually. And not you in particular, just the outside world. How can I get through life without causing more harm is like my, I don't know, primary objective. It's right up in there in the top 3 at least. So if it's not going to be helpful to somebody else, that's already not a very good idea for me. if I'm making a decision. If there's something I can do for somebody, and this is, let's kind of box this up a little bit into, not make it sound like I'm some kind of angel or something, because I am not. What's it say in the book, the big book, I think? This book here. We are not saints, it says right in there. I'll go that far. I'm not a saint, that's for sure. In the context of the big book. Christianity is a different thing that we're going to keep not talking about here much, because the AA thing is can turn off a lot of people, because they get the idea that it's like some kind of cult, number one, or a church, or some kind of weird club. I suppose, I mean, there's clubs all over the joint, all over the planet. There's so many different AA groups and chapters. Where I live, we have something called the AA Roundup, and all the chapters in the state go to one place for, I think it's on Memorial Day weekend, and for like 3-4 days, man, there's tens of thousands of people there. And yeah, you can run into flaky people just about anywhere you go, or weirdos and things. And I'm not saying you're going to find them there. I'm just saying that you could run into. So the thing, to somebody on the outside, AA might be a weird club. That's what I'm trying to get to. I know when I was drinking, I don't know if I thought AA was weird, but I didn't want to be a part of it. I know that. Now I do want to be a part of it. I am a big part of it. And it's all up to us whether or not we want to participate in the AA way of life and see if it works. And if it works and you like the results you get, I'd recommend staying with it. You don't have to be 100% on anything. Some people might argue that and say the first step is the one you need to get 100% right. Let's read that first step, and then I got one more thing to say. We'll see about that. The first step in Alcoholics Anonymous is we admitted we were powerless over alcohol, that our lives had become unmanageable. I could say, yeah, you better have a pretty high percentage of certainty that you're powerless over alcohol and your life has become unmanageable. The more you realize and accept and admit that, the easier or maybe more effective the rest of these steps will be. Because I know in my alcoholism, and even today still in my sobriety, denial is a lot of, that's where I get a lot of problems. And that's, I'll go ahead and say that's a pride-based kind of thing. Like, I don't need your help, I can do it myself attitude. Okay, and so the other thing I was going to say, the one more thing, is that this book and many others like it, which, I don't know, let's not get into all that. This book in particular, and the 24 Hours a Day book, and several other books like these, the daily devotional books. This is the 11th month right now. It's November. So in this book and many others like it, it talks a lot about, or it's mainly centered around the 11th step. That way it keeps me sharp that during November maybe I'm especially aware about how I've done the 11th step. Now, let's read the 11th step and find out what that is. And that's the 11th step. Chances are, if you're freshly, newly sober, depending on how long or whatever, you don't start on step 11. You start at step 1. That's, if you think of a ladder, there's like the bottom step, step 1. Bottom not denoting it's some kind of lesser step or something, but because it's like it's the 100% step, so to say. Anyways, man, I can get to be a real talking guy. Talk. Step 11 from the 12 steps of Alcoholics Anonymous, which I don't know if you can read that, but I'll read it for us. Step 11 of the 12 steps of Alcoholics Anonymous. Sought through prayer and meditation to improve our conscious contact with God as we understand Him, praying only for knowledge of His will for us and the power to carry that out. So that, let's go back to this thing here about the reading today where I said this person, as I know and I love myself, I am knowing and loving God. That sounds like something some rap guy might say about being God. Anyways. As I nurture myself, I am acting on God's guidance. This thing about as I accept myself and I am accepting God's will, that's where I said, if I'm helpful towards other people, not harmful towards other people, and looking out to take care of myself, this physical, spiritual, mental collection of cells that has been miraculously restored to sobriety by somebody greater than myself, that's I've got a big feeling of gratitude there. If you see these bumper stickers, I am a miracle, that's not talking about me in particular, but I feel like I've had a miracle happen in my life. That came from somewhere outside of myself. I didn't cause all this wonderful stuff to happen. I caused a lot of negative, bad stuff in my life to happen that I thought would never be corrected. And, well, that's just simply not true. Lots and lots of bad, horrible problems can be corrected and fixed simply because you're human. If you're human, you've got a lot going for yourself. And then there's a whole lot more to that I could unpack, and I will over the years ahead. I'm not going to bring it all up today. So you can look forward to that in another video if I keep making these again. Thank you for coming by here, and I will get back with you later with any luck tomorrow. Thank you. Goodbye.